Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Two Dicks Exposed. I am your host, not Mike,
And I'm your other host, not Pat.
and it's if you saw last week, there was an announcement that we did.
There was an announcement. Yeah.
We did make, and
Yeah. How do we?
it's fucking over, man.
We're done.
It's over.
I didn't want to
I don't want to go. We went too fast. We went too fast. But good news, it is not over.
No, it's
because
not.
if you actually watched the announcement that we put out last week, you would know that we are evolving. Evolving. This isn't even our final form. We don't know what our final form is.
I'm terrified of our final form.
Mine involves a lot more gray hair and probably a bad back.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I already have that. What's my final form then?
Losing bowel control.
Just dead.
Just done. But yes, we have reached the point, and if you saw the announcement, we are evolving. We are becoming more than just Two Dicks Exposed, because we are more than just Two Dicks Exposed right now.
No.
We
We're
have feelings.
not more than two
No,
dicks
we are
exposed.
two dicks.
We are just two dicks.
We are two dicks, but
like-
we've decided to share our dickiness with our friends.
Yeah.
And we think that will make a better end product for you.
Yeah.
So
it allows us. Yeah.
thank you for being on this journey with us, and follow.
And here's your bonus episode.
And here's your bonus episode.
Here's your boner episode. Yeah, no, we've been doing this for over half a year now, right? We've been meeting almost every weekend, every other weekend, and then I moved, and we had some
Yeah, we
difficulties.
definitely had like the hiccups and the bumps
Right.
along the way. Like this August was like horrible.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Just between vacations and weddings and
family trips
stuff.
And all, oh my god,
Summer was definitely like a hurdle that we thought we had planned for,
we were not
and
ready.
we just all shit each
Like,
other's
luckily,
beds.
like we were able to pull something together at the last second, but
Right.
yeah, it was. But I think it was also that time. It was around that time when we realized that, like, honestly, it was the Nintendo episodes that really finally like opened like an eye to, for me personally, that I felt like our podcast was changing into something different, because like
Yeah.
we were an anime only podcast. We were talking
Right.
about anime genres, anime things, tropes, stuff like that. And then Zelda was coming out. We were like, well, hey,
We got to do something on Zelda.
let's do something
Right.
on Zelda, right? And then after that, we were kind of like,
Like, wait, can we do a month of Zelda?
right,
It's like, well, what if we just expand our horizons?
right, because like we don't just watch anime.
No, we are a fully encompassed nerd.
We are, yeah, straight up. The only, like, truly, it's a wild thing for me. The only fandom I don't subscribe to is Star Trek.
And that's fair.
Yeah,
that's
like,
fair.
That's the only one. Like, but everything else,
And which is a perk of the direction we're going in, because we don't have to be fans or knowledgeable or anything. We just have to invite someone on that
Yeah.
knows.
look, we actually, like, somebody knows, and like it is one of those things. Like we pointed out multiple times, like when we did the Zelda episode, you know, it was me just being like, Pat,
Do you know anything?
Have you
Nope.
played any Zelda games? Or like when we did the Gundam episode, and I'm just like, Pat, do you know any Gundams? Like
I think the common thing is I'm not a big nerd,
no.
so I like to think I have a good voice on the microphone. But other than that, I don't watch a lot of anime. I came into the game late, took like 10 years off, and
Right.
so it is what it is.
So
but
you doing it like, because I know, like, well, we did the episode recently on Yu-Gi-Oh, and like, yeah, I watched the anime, but like, if you actually asked me about the trading card game, like, I honestly truly thought that the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game worked like it did in the anime. Like, I didn't know about, like,
we did it first too.
all the
The summoning,
the summonings
rituals.
you gotta sacrifice.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that stuff. And by the time that got introduced to me, like the time you're supposed to play the game, I was like, ew, fuck that shit. Like,
I need to think for
I gotta
this.
no, fuck that. I just want to be able to put a Blue Eyes Dragon on the field and be done with it.
Right. I just want to search my deck for Exodia, have it be my opening hand, and just win.
Right.
Because I'm a champion.
I'm a champion.
But yeah, you're right. It was right about there that the show started to take a step in a different direction.
Right.
Because we went straight from Nintendo month into
Superhero month. Right.
And then coming out of Superhero month, that was right around the time when you were moving, and we were like, all right, well, we need to find
Something.
something else to fill all
Right.
these gaps. So that's when Like Orange Joe started stepping in a little bit. We started bringing in our mutual friend.
Right.
You know, I mean, obviously he was in there for the superhero episodes, but it was like the introduction, and then it was just kind of like, this is bigger than us.
Right.
This has become bigger than us. And I mean, for all you viewers, you don't even know like what goes beyond the scene. Like, we have an amazing crew behind
Yes.
the camera. We're literally 10% of this show. 90% of the show sits behind the camera.
Yeah, like legitimately, like if it wasn't for the people beyond the white light thing that shines on us, I don't know if this podcast exists.
It would not.
No, it would not.
would not.
It would not.
But,
Like, because I mean, to be fair, how long have I been saying that we should do a podcast? And if it wasn't for
Which is a great segue into how this started. So the reason we're sitting here on this couch today
Right.
is because mutual friend Josie got married.
yes,
So we're at the wedding. We're hanging out in their room after the wedding, just talking. You know, everyone's having drinks, having a good time. And me and you are standing in the corner talking about
something.
God knows what. Some kind of
some
anime
nerdy
or
thing, anime thing got brought up, and we just started talking.
we just
about
started talking and talking and talking. And probably 10, 15 minutes goes by, and we look around the room and everyone else is quiet.
it. Right.
And they're just watching us. And that's when producer goes, "Why haven't you guys just made a podcast?"
Right.
And we were like, "Well, we've talked about it. You know, we just
Yeah.
never really got to it." And he's like, "No, like, I have the equipment. We can make this
We could
work."
actually make this work.
And we were like, "Oh, okay, you
It was
know,
like
whatever."
a combination of that and the fact that like we were talking because we were talking about our best man speeches because you were the best man at your best friend's wedding and I was
Yes.
the best man at my best friend's wedding.
And we were talking about how mine was so much better.
Yeah. So we get out of here. I remember how that conversation went, but it was like that because like we were talking about that off the cuffness of like our best man speech where we just were like, you went up and you gave your speech, like you had a speech written, but you were just like, blah. And then same deal with me. I went up and I gave my speech and like, yeah, I had one written, but like I just was like
You filled in the blanks.
filled in the blank. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
like, and it was like, you know, shit, you guys can just fucking talk. Like, why don't we like actually do something with this?
Right.
And when
Sit you in front of a camera and see
Yeah.
what happens.
I mean, how many times have we been together? And like that's another reason why like I feel like we had to start bringing in other people, other friends into the podcast because like how many times we get together as like friend group and like you know me and Anderson are just sitting over there talking about I don't fucking know whatever anime we're obsessed with, and then like we would like hear someone like over there talking about something else, and then we leach into that conversation, and you
Right.
know because not every one of us follows every single thing. It's like the wild thing.
Right. We each have our own pockets.
Right.
Our that there's overlapping somewhere, but
Yeah, we have overlap, but it's like there. If we confined it to just what we follow,
right.
there's gonna be a lot of episodes where you're just standing there like
Like literally watch like episode 18. You'll
Yeah.
just see us like going and then drink an adult beverage and then yeah.
which one was episode 18?
I don't know. It's where it started going downhill.
It's probably the Becca episode.
It was probably. So we had that conversation, and then like a week goes by, and I think we just texted each other, and we were like, "Hey, are we actually serious about this podcast?
Right.
Because like we can bring some stuff over, we can get this going." And I remember the night that we finally got together, like we kind of sat down and we were like, "All right, well, let's just try something. Like let's just throw it out there." Which ended up being episode 1.
Episode
like
one,
we,
yeah.
we just jumped into episode 1, which is named French Fries,
Yeah,
which
'cause we
goes to
had
show
Yeah, we had
what
no
happened.
idea what we're doing.
we didn't even have a name yet because we thought this was just going to be our test run.
Right.
So we're sitting on the couch and we just started talking and we were like, I am not Mike. And you were
not
like,
Pat.
Not Pat.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, all right. This is our persona for the
is it.
next.
We're not Mike, not Pat.
Like not planned whatsoever. It was just us being like, all right, turn the brain off, turn the mouth on, see
Right.
what happens. Which is why we talked about fast food for the
Yeah,
next
we-
hour
we-
on an
we had,
anime.
like,
you
we had
know,
an anime podcast.
on an
we had
anime
like an actual
podcast.
debate about who had the better fries.
right.
Right.
Still haven't gotten that
I
sponsorship.
know. Come on, Wendy's.
Come on. The peak fry is Wendy's.
Wendy's is peak
Yes.
fry. Right. Even now, even
Even
40 episodes later,
40 episodes later, Wendy's is peak fries.
Wendy's is peak. But yeah, like, and I think the thing was too like the idea of like themes, right? Like superhero themes and
Mm-hmm.
Gundam like mech themes and shonen themes. It's like we could only go so far thematically speaking because of how much like because we don't watch all the same shonens, we don't watch all the same mechas, right?
Correct.
So like yeah, you watched Darling in the Franxx and you watched I can't remember which other ones you watched. Gurren Lagann.
Yeah. Full
Right.
Metal Alchemist was the best mecha.
Yeah, full. Yeah. I mean, to
There
be
was a
fair,
cat operating that
Alphonse
machine.
Does
Yep.
yeah. But then like you have me who watches like the Gundams and all that other stuff, and it's like, well, I can't.
Where do we go?
Like, how do we do a mecha episode and not talk about Gundam?
Right.
But I can't just sit there and talk about it like by myself because
It's not a podcast at that point.
yeah, it's
it's a lecture.
Yeah, it really it is. It's a lecture.
It's a lecture. And
But
the other thing too that we did that we realized is burning ourselves out way too late, like in the game. I think we were probably 25 episodes in before we realized like we can't do broad
we can't do
episodes.
broad.
We
have to
can't
start
just
narrowing
say
things.
shonens and then cover 19 episodes worth of material in a half an hour.
Right. There's no way.
So I mean, the year one was a learning experience.
It really was. I mean, like now that we know, like, and the thing is, like, we can still do like we're still gonna do our episodes where it's me and you, obviously, but like it does give us the more freedom to say like, hey, I'm gonna shoot an episode about Kingdom Hearts.
I'll be like, hey, I don't know anything about
Right.
that, but here's our group of friends that do.
Yeah, and same with you with like Digimon, right? Like I watched Digimon and I'm like, no, I don't. I never watched any of the movies, so
Right.
yeah.
So you didn't watch Digimon.
Well, I watched. Hold up. To be fair, though, I did watch more of the Beyond because you watched season 1 and 2,
I did.
and I love season 4.
Is that the one with the trading cards?
That's Frontier. Front. What is number 4?
I don't know what number 4 is. I thought you were telling him that was number.
No. Trading cards is not.
The armor. Training cards is trainer.
Yeah, season 4 is Frontier. I was correct.
So that's the one where they become the Digimon.
They become the Digimon. I love
Okay.
that season. Yeah.
Not to go into a weird tangent, but the manga is pretty dope too.
Wait, are there Digimon mangas?
Yes. Correctly
What?
pronounced manga.
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 Now,
We
I'm
understand.
gonna keep saying things wrong. I don't
Yeah.
care what people say in our TikToks. I'm sorry.
It's right to us.
It's right to us. It's how I've been saying it since I was 8 years old. Don't at me.
Mangas and Pokemans.
Mangas and Pokemon. And
The
Naruto.
Digimonsters.
And Luffy.
Naruto and Luffy.
Naruto and Luffy. There it is. There's our reel.
There's it. Oh, so there's something else I want to talk about too.
What's up?
Our set, because our set has changed about 9 times throughout
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
this year too.
The, like, outside looking in, it doesn't look like much has changed because we had this
Which ironically,
way
I
to
think we're
that way.
sitting in the exact same spots that we filmed episode 1 in.
Yeah.
It all
Honestly,
comes full circle.
when I recorded my my 3 episodes earlier, I literally was sitting there and I was like, "This is the first time I ever sat in this seat and did the recording." I'm like,
We're
"This."
switching it up. But yeah, so we did the first, I think, like 2 or 3 episodes on the couch,
Right,
and we were like, the couch doesn't work. We need to find something else.
and then we switched to the facing the camera method.
Yes. So then we went out to IKEA, bought those big gray square lounge chairs.
Right.
And we had everything set up against this back wall here, facing the camera. And I still love that setup. That setup carried us through like 20 something episodes, and it was great. And but I think the problem was we became too relaxed in that. Like
We did, dude. There's many times where I felt like I was gonna fall asleep.
Right. And I mean, the downside was like the base of the chair was like 3 foot long.
Right.
The top of the chair was like a foot. So it's like you had nothing to do but lay down.
Yeah, you
Like I
literally
can't
just
tell you
lay
how many
down.
episodes we're just laying down like this with just like the mic over us and we're just talking at the ceiling. Don't even know what's going on.
No, I have
It's
no
like,
idea. We're just like, yeah, you know what?
This is what it is.
And then we moved back to this same position, but like the amount of like stuff that's going on behind the scenes, like I'm pretty sure like if you pay attention, our microphone changes like 8 times.
We've been through 3 microphones and I think 4 different types of stands.
Yeah. Easily.
We've gone through that. Our studio currently is we're going up to 3 cameras. We started off on 1 camera.
Right.
We have 3 TV computer monitors now set up around the room where
Right, so
before it was literally just a camera.
Yeah.
And we would be like, how do we look? And we turn the screen around and be like, we think we're okay. And now it's like physical studio.
Yeah, like we
down
can
here.
actually physically see things. I'm like, man,
And oh my goodness.
our
And we have a giant like
light bulb thing, sun.
yeah, like oh my
Ball-
god. Spirit bomb
It's a spirit
sized.
bomb.
It's the spirit bomb light. Like this thing,
Yeah, there it is. It's a spirit bomb light.
it's a spirit bomb light with a giant nipple on the front. And it's probably been the smallest but greatest thing that's happened
Right.
to the podcast, because
It doesn't,
before
like,
this we
blind
had
us.
like we had two little like stand lamps and
Right.
that was our lighting. And then now it's just we have the sun. Like salute the sun. That's what the Wii Fit trainer says, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Is that-
Salute the sun, and then
Salute
she
the sun.
yeets a volleyball at you or something.
You know what? Let's go back. Let's look at the episodes we've done so far, because I honestly don't remember everything that we did.
I agree. Let's
Yeah.
go back. And actually, one thing I want to give a shout out, because this man deserves it. Every single thumbnail that has
Right.
been created for our videos was produced by Orange Joe. So
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, Orange Joe.
Orange Joe.
Orange Joe.
We love you, Orange Joe.
I freaking love
No
you
one
like a
said that.
brother.
Yeah, dude, like it's wild because like I was commenting on the fact that like where our spots, and like you literally pointed out like, yeah, episode 1 I sat there
Right.
and I said yeah. It was, yeah.
Oh my god.
Already got it wrong.
Episode 2 was our Shonen Jump review, and we said we're doing a skit in this that we're going to bring back. We're going to do it again, where we randomly picked shonens that we've never read, and
try
we
and
tried to guess what
right.
they were based on, like just the name
Or just a picture of the
and just a
front.
picture.
We never did it again.
We never did it
We
again.
never did it again.
Ever.
I wonder how many things that we said we were going to do in each episode. Like, I'd have to sit down and, like, rewatch all of our episodes and be like, oh, yeah, we never did that again either. Right?
ever.
We, I completely forgot about the sports episode.
Oh, that was a rough episode for me.
Because
We had I don't watch sports. We had Haikyuu, and then we both forced ourselves to burn through
Blue Lock.
Season 1, which actually ended up being good.
It did. Yeah, it was good.
And Haikyuu was amazing.
I love Haikyuu. And then, like, Ippo and all that other stuff.
Right.
And then we finally did, like, your Dragon Ball episode.
No, we never did a Dragon Ball episode.
We never did do a Dragon Ball episode.
So one thing I do want to say, Valentine's episode, which I guess is like episode 9, 10, 11,
Wow, yeah, man. That was
is
right
the
there.
first time we meet Orange Joe. Who,
Orange Joe.
He started off as not Couch Mike, evolved into Flufferman, and then finally landed on
Orange Joe.
Orange Joe,
'Cause it-
which I don't think is the best name. I think it's
Yeah,
I'm
Flufferman's
still
better.
a Flufferman fanatic.
I'm
I
Team Flufferman.
I fan over Flufferman, but
Yeah.
yeah. Unfortunately, Orange Joe was like, "This is the least offensive thing you've ever called me.
Right.
Let's stick with that."
Let's stick with this. Then we did the Isekai episode, which
Was
God, we tried to like
something.
chant like that was a thing with like these episodes where we don't have like where we talk about things.
right where we just picked a genre.
Right, it's too much. We read. I've literally probably started like 4 or 5 new isekais this week alone.
Right, because that it's once again like what they're pumping out.
Right, walking in another world is an anime that like walking is my superpower in another world or something like that. I started that this week. Like crafting in another world as well.
Crafting in another world. Oh, and then this is where we took our jump. This is when we went to our first con as a podcast.
We did.
We hopped into KatsuCon with I mean, we went pretty all out for this.
We did. I still have that sign.
We got stickers printed to hand out to people.
Mm-hmm.
We prepared games, which they all fell through because turns out no one cares about the games or
Right.
the questions or anything like that.
Well, the thing was, like, people were like, I don't know how we feel about asking people smash or pass, blah, blah. And I was like, man, fuck those people.
If you're not at a con to have fun, then
Yeah.
you ain't at a con at all.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like,
But,
God, I mean, I was drunk.
Yeah. Well, and what else did we do? We made freaking a news table. Like
We did. We
that
made a
was
news
pretty
table,
impressive. That
and
was
then we
some
had
like
people-
crazy ass ingenuity.
We made people vote using dog biscuits.
Yeah, the voting for was Show Tucker a good dad using the dog biscuits and putting them in the dog bowl.
But, like, we didn't ask that question the same time the entire time.
Yeah.
We asked
Oh,
the
my
question
God.
where it was the reverse
Yep. And we just skewed all of the votes.
We fucked up the
So
voting.
for everyone who
completely.
voted, apparently Show Tucker's a great dad. You sick fucks.
Yeah, dude. You
Yeah.
great people.
You great people. You're
Yeah.
amazing. But
Don't you dare back out of this already.
and so, but that led us into Barks Magnus, which
Oh my god, I felt sorry. Who was it? Dan?
Dan and Brian.
Dan and Brian, man. I felt bad for
They-
them.
they
Every
ran
day
Barks Madness.
they were bitching and complaining.
Sometimes I'd like go see them and they would just be
Yeah.
like hands on their head in the
Right.
corner, just like, I'm so sick of this. Can we finish?
Can we finish this already? And
I
I'm just
thought
like,
I was literally gonna get punched during
dude,
the,
oh my god, they were so mad.
like if you watch the blooper reels that we did, like where we were trying to announce like who's going into the final things, I could not get a word out and I thought I was gonna get hit. Like watch the blooper reel that we have on there and you can actually hear producer in the background just going, "Welcome to fucking Barks Madness," and I just start geeking out laughing and like can't even say anything. And it was just like,
Like, I want this shit to be
like
done.
I think the end of that he was just like, "I'm done. I'm leaving.
Done.
Not even cleaning up. Just I'm sick of this."
Yeah, right.
Which
Like,
I can't blame you.
he
I
didn't
can't
want, like-
blame you.
So what we're saying is we should introduce another tournament
We
bracket.
need
for
another tournament. When's March Madness?
March.
Checks out.
It does check out. Wait,
Checks out.
shit. It's good.
We're coming up.
Flufferman, can you check that out for me? Okay, when does
When does March
when
Madness
does March
start?
Madness? Shit, it's April.
April. Son of
Damn
a
it.
bitch.
All right, we gotta wait longer.
So at this point, we have had Orange Joe kind of in the background on everything,
Right.
filling in on skits and stuff like that. But we get into superheroes, and now we have Mutual Friend, who's
Right.
like our first like
Actual
on camera
guest.
guest,
Yeah,
which as you mentioned is like.
You guys skipped Nintapril.
into April.
And April was fun. That was the build up to Tears of the Kingdom, which I still have not beaten.
I still haven't beaten it either.
No.
No, I honestly I need to to one of our producers back, not producers, but one of our people here who's joining us, give me like an angry look because I haven't beaten Tears of the Kingdom. I'm sorry, which one of us has 2 children? Yeah,
You didn't
that's
have 2
right.
children back then. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I did.
Technically, legally, you still don't.
I know technically, legally, I don't.
So, bullshit. But just some fun facts about
I think I was
Nintapril,
like
though.
2 months. I was a month away from moving.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You were living with your other children that were both 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
But this Nintapril actually did start because Zelda was coming out.
Yeah, Zelda.
We originally we had planned to do an entire month on Zelda, where we were gonna break down like each episode for each system or each game
Right.
for each system and go that way. And then we were just like, nah, that would probably get boring for
Right.
like everyone involved, like watchers, us, especially because once we got to the Zelda episode, you realized I don't know shit.
Oh yeah. That,
So can you imagine a month of that?
I love you to death, but I had to carry that episode.
Hey, that's fine.
There was what 2
just
times
like I had to carry the Gundam
There
episode.
was, I swear to God, there was like 2 times where I was like, Pat, you played this game, and then you're explaining it. I'm like, I'll take it back, Pat. I got it.
Hey, I had Ocarina and I had
What was the other game? I think it was just Ocarina.
Breath of the Wild,
there was another game where you were like, I could talk about this one.
Twilight.
Yeah, and
Twilight.
you started talking, and I was like, and then you tried like you talked about it, and then you went to go to the next game, and I was like, no, what?
And it's like, well, yeah, I only played half of it.
Let's bring this back here.
I got the key points.
You did,
I got the key points, but
But then you shined when we got to eventually the.
I took the reins
Zelda.
back when we got to.
No.
Well, after this, we got to superheroes.
We got the superheroes.
We got the superheroes because we were like, this is kind of nice because now we don't have to like crazy run around trying to figure out what episode's week is going to be because we were
Right.
like, we'll just play in months. So we did like Nintapril,
Right.
and then we did superheroes. So we were like, cool, this is 2 months where we don't have to think too hard about what to like
Yeah, just
produce.
superhero
It's
stuff.
like we'll just DC, Marvel, cartoons, like we'll go from there.
Right.
And I actually had fun with this one. Like
I did have
going
fun
back
with
and
the
looking
DC.
back at like our old like 90s cartoons that we like forgot about and just
Right.
like reminiscing on that and shit like that. And then bringing in Josie and talking shit on DC,
fucking DC.
where I think we talked more about what were we even
we
talking
got our
about?
first like big hit like like not hit, but like flame when like I talked about how I didn't like The Rock. And
Yes.
people jumped down my
Yes,
throat
because
immediately.
this is where our TikToks actually started like kicking off.
Oh man, you're just like I forget what the comment was about like how much money he makes, and it's like, oh, I can't not like somebody because they make more money than me. That makes no sense. Like
It is.
Look at The Rock now.
yeah.
Look at The Rock now,
Wait, what's he doing right now?
stealing money from Maui charities.
Oh, that's a thing.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Oh,
So, this leads us into another thing. Two Dicks predicts the future. Because there were a couple times where we just like shot shit on here and it kind of ended up becoming true. So like we called The Rock like a terrible person. And then
Right.
almost immediately after that happened, like he came out as a terrible person. We predicted the dude from Stranger Things being part of the Fantastic Four. We thought he was going to be Reed Richards. I think he's lead right now for Human Torch. And then what else? We predicted something else. I can't remember.
was
Orange
saying,
Joe,
like-
check out the
yeah. Rewatch all of our stuff and figure out our predictions.
figure it out right now.
Right now.
But
all
there
of
was like 3 or 4 things that we had predicted and then like they actually came true. And we were just like, "Oh, that's kind of exciting."
And I was gonna give you credit where credit's due. When we finally got to our Avatar: The Last Airbender episode, that's where I was like, okay, well, Pat's just gonna have to carry me here.
I'm just gonna-
'Cause I only
I'm just gonna
watch
talk.
I only watch the shows.
Just the movie.
Yeah. And honestly, at the end of that is where our split started. That's when you started recording episodes with other people.
That's when we started bringing Joe in. I tried to phase you out as much as I could and it just
piece of
didn't work.
shit.
You came back. But yeah, we got Joe.
Our
We got-
podcast.
not anymore, bitch. But yeah, we've had like 3 guests on now.
Yeah.
And we strangely enough, people have actually started reaching out to us saying like, "Hey, can I be on your
Yeah,
podcast?
right,
Can I
like-
be on your podcast?" And there's like only so many times where you can be like,
Yeah,
"Oh no, it's a intimate thing," before saying, "Fuck it, yeah."
Because again, there's so many things that I want to talk about that I know you don't watch or play.
And I will happily go do yard work while you're doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess all we can say is this is not goodbye.
It's not goodbye.
This is we'll see you later.
These 2 dicks will still be here.
These dicks will still be exposing themselves to you.
Yeah.
We don't know when, we don't know how,
Oh, but you get exposed.
but you're gonna get some exposure. And if you want the full details, check out our announcement. We break it all down there for you, and we're still gonna be giving you that great weekly content.
Hell yeah,
you just might not see both of our beautiful faces together.
Yeah.
But we'll be here in spirit.
Hell yeah.
And to that, my Mike and Ike's and Patty Whackers,
Oh yeah.
we say
Mike and X and Patty Whackers.
adieu.
See ya.